Good morning, everybody. It's time for maths today. Now, this week for our maths learning, we are not going to be starting a new chapter for maths, no problem, as we only have 5 more days until it's the end of half term. It's not quite enough time for us to complete one of our chapters. So myself and Mr. Clutterbuck have decided we're going to spend this week really working on our maths fluency. So we're going to be thinking and using the number knowledge we have and the number knowledge we've practiced since foundation and look at how we can use this throughout the week in creative ways to solve other number problems and calculations that we are given in year 2. It might start off feeling quite easy at the beginning of the week, and that's okay because it's all about our talking and our reasoning. Remember, in maths, I always say and I always talk about how knowing the answer is one thing in maths, but knowing how it's the answer, that's the really important thing in maths. That is what makes you a good mathematician, knowing how to find the answer. And then even if you don't quite get the answer you were intending, the fact that you knew how to go about it and how to have a go is what's important. We're going to start by looking at our number bonds this morning because it's using our number bonds within 10 that is going to be the basis of our learning this week. And we're going to look at how we can use our number facts to help us solve our other problems. So remember, number bonds are where we have 2 numbers. We add them together to find a total, the whole. Quite often we would see them in a number bond diagram when we're using them in school. We've got 2 parts that make the whole. So this is our number bond diagram. Sometimes we call it a part, whole. Okay, we're going to start by playing a game of hit the button to remind ourselves of our number facts. Now, this is a game that you can play at home as well if you want to. It's easily found on the internet. It might be a game that's really useful as a warm-up each day this week. Today, we're going to play it with me saying out loud the number sentences, and then you can have a go at saying the answers with me. Even if you're just listening and joining in after I say them, your brain is still growing and learning. So let me share my screen with you. This one here, hopefully. Fabulous. Yes, you can see my number bond game here, hit the button. So we're going to be practicing our addition within 10. So we're not making 10 today. We're not trying to find our number bonds that make 10, like 5 and 5, 7 and 3. We're going to be given 2 numbers between 0 and 10, and we have to add them together really quickly in our heads and shout out the answer. So we have to know all of these number facts in year 2 to help us with other problems. So I will say the number sentence, and if you can join in with the answer with me, fantastic. If you can say it quicker than me, even better. If you're still finding it a bit of a challenge, just say it after you hear me say it, and that will help you too. 4 add 5 makes 9. 2 add 3 makes 5. 0 add 3 makes 3. 6 add 2 makes 8. 2 add 3 makes 5. 3 and 2 makes 5. 2 plus 2 makes 4. 2 plus 1 equals 3. 0 and 1 makes 1. 3 add 7 equals 10. 1 and 0 makes 1. 2 add 6 equals 8. 0 add 2 makes 2. 4 and 5 equals 9. 3 plus 5 makes 8. 1 add 4 makes 5. 1 add 2 equals 3. 2 and 7 makes 9. 5 add 3 makes 8. Fabulous. So we've just practiced some of our number bonds here together. If that was too quick for you or you want to have another go at practicing, then you can use the website yourself before you continue with today's video, our teaching video. Okay, so we have just practiced some number bonds there, and you may have found those quite simple because we've been looking at those and you would have seen those since foundation. But today we're going to think about how we can use those really simple number facts to solve more complicated ones. Okay, so I'm going to pop onto my board here today a number sentence which everybody will be able to read, and I will pop the answer in for you today as well. So we are going to be using the number sentence 3 add 4 makes 7, or 3 plus 4 equals 7. Remember, these symbols can be said in multiple ways. You may have noticed during our Hit the Button game, I kept saying them in different ways as well. Now, if you already know 3 add 4 makes 7, there's actually quite a lot of other things you can tell me. Here, we just have numbers, we're adding amounts. If I were to ask you now, I can see 3 elephants and 4 elephants. How many elephants can I see altogether? Well, 3 elephants and 4 elephants would make 7 elephants. What if I had 3 jellies and 4 jellies? What would I have now? Now I would have 7 jellies. What about this one? 3 hours add 4 hours makes 7 hours. Notice how we're still seeing the same numbers from this number sentence, but the unit of measure is changing. The thing we are counting is changing. We counted elephants, we counted jellies, we've counted hours. Now, in these numbers, we are counting ones. That's because these are all 1-digit numbers. And we know when we look at numbers, they are in a place. We call this place value. So above each of these numbers would be the letter O, because they are all in the ones place. So we are saying, essentially, 3 ones add 4 ones makes a total of 7 ones. That's what we're saying here. 3 ones add 4 ones makes 7 ones. Can you say that with me? 3 ones and 4 ones makes 7 ones. Now, when we know 3 ones add 4 ones make 7 ones, we can solve any other problem using these numbers because we are just changing the word ones to something else. 3 elephants add 4 elephants make 7 elephants. We can say 3 bowls of spaghetti and 4 bowls of spaghetti make 7 bowls of spaghetti. In maths, however, we may sometimes see number sentences like this, and I wonder if you can see what's happened to the numbers. So now I've got 30 add 40 equals 70. I wonder if you could pause the video and talk to someone at home. Be a noticing bush baby. What has happened to my numbers in this number sentence to make this one here? The first thing lots of you probably would have said at home is, well, there's a 0 on the end of each of these numbers. And you're right, there kind of is. The 3 has a 0 after it. The 4 has a 0 after it. The 7 has a 0 after it. But although that's what we can see, it's not what has happened. There's actually a little bit more to it, and we're going to think about why this has happened here today. Now, when we look at these numbers, they now have 2 digits in them. These only had 1 digit. So what has happened is the 3, the 4 and the 7 are no longer sitting in the ones place. Do you know what place we would call this now? This one here would be the ones place. What would this be called? Well, this would be the tens place. So now our digits we had here earlier have moved to the tens place. They have become 10 times bigger. 3 times 10 makes 30. 4 times 10 makes 40. 7 times 10 makes 70. So yes, we've put a 0 on the end, but that's because our digits we had originally have moved to the tens place so that we've got a 2-digit number. I told you earlier here, we could just change what was in the pink box to solve any other number sentence or any other problem. Here, we are saying that we've got 3 tens and 4 tens makes how many tens? 7 tens. So up here we have 3 ones, but now we've got 3 tens. We had 4 ones, now we have 4 tens. We had 7 ones, now we have 7 tens. The difference is 3 ones still looks like a 3. 4 ones still looks like a 4, and 7 ones just looks like a 7 on its own. 3 10s looks like this. 30. 4 10s looks like this. 40. 7 10s looks like this. 70. So we can use our simple number facts to solve these slightly more complicated ones. Once we see the pattern, it's quite easy, but explaining why is the slightly harder part. I know 30 add 40 makes 70 because I know 3 ones and 4 ones make 7 ones. So 3 10s and 4 10s make 7 10s, and 7 10s looks like this. I'm explaining to you how I know it's the answer. So in maths, remember, knowing the answer is one thing, explaining why is what makes our brain grow and what makes us a little bit more fluent with what we're doing. So if I were to rub this out now, I wonder if you could try and solve this calculation on the board for me. You'll need to pause the video, but maybe explain to someone at home how you know and which number fact helped you to solve it. Okay, so think about your number bonds within 10. Can you find the answer and can you write which number bond within 10 helped you to solve this? Pause the video to do that. 60 add 20. Now I know that this is 6 10s add 2 10s. That sounds tricky, but I already know 6 1s and 2 1s, which is this number sentence here. Oh, the number 2 was put on number 3. I already know that this makes 8. So I know that makes 8 1s. So 6 10s and 2 10s, it must have 8 about it. It must also make 8 10s. So I know that my answer to this calculation must be 80 because I've got 8 10s and no little 1s. So for 60 add 20, I can use the number sentence 6 add 2 equals 8. I know 60 add 20 makes 80 because I also know 6 add 2 makes 8. And this number sentence is just 10 times greater than this one. If you know 6 add 2 is 8, you know 60 add 20 is 80. You know 600 add 200 would be 800. 6,000 add 2,000 would be 8,000. We can solve so many other problems. Now, these number facts and making these links don't just work for adding, it also works for taking away. I might have the number sentence here. 50. Subtract or take away 40. Pause the video again. Which number sentence is going to help you here now? Oh, 50 take away 40. Well, I know 50 is 5 10s and I'm taking away 4 10s. Now, having to only think about 5 and 4, I can use the number sentence 5 take away 4 to help me. 5 take away 4, I already know, is 1. So 5 10s take away 4 10s must be 1 10. And I know I write 1 10 like this. So I can use this basic number sentence to help me solve this one here. So for your learning today, you're going to be using your number facts within 10 to help you solve other facts where we are adding or subtracting multiples of 10, like we've got here. I want you to be able to explain it to somebody at home. I know 50 subtract 40 makes 10 because I know that this means 5 10s take away 4 10s. I know how to do 5 1s take away 4 1s, so therefore I can solve this number sentence as well. Really explaining those things is super helpful for your brain to make those links, to be a making link spider. Perhaps you could record yourself explaining a couple of your number sentences today to show us on top of your calculations you've solved that you are able to talk about your knowledge and understanding of how we're using these number facts to solve more complicated ones. So you're going to go and have a look at your worksheet now, solving the calculations using your number facts within 10 to help you with your larger number facts as well. And then you'll come back tomorrow where we'll be looking at a slightly different concept together. So take care, year twos. Go and enjoy your maths this morning, but remember to be a making link spider and a communicating dolphin. Explain to us why you know the answer and how you know the answer. Make those links between your 10s and your 1s for me. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.